Hi, everybody. My name is Andy Chan. I hope you're all doing well. It is the first week of July 2024. So, in this video, just want to give everybody an update and actually explain what I'm doing. So, last little while, I've had a little more free time and I started to play around with OpenAI and uploaded my own files with regards to from the Canadian Federal Court, specifically for immigration cases. And the reason why I'm creating this video series is that I'm actually encouraging others that are interested in doing so in setting up their own custom GPT. I'm making all my source files available on a Google Drive. It hasn't run out of space yet. So I've got a bunch of files that are combined various federal court cases from roughly the middle of 2023 now, up until literally just a few minutes ago in 2024 FC 1051. Uh, I also noticed that sometimes, I'm not sure the reasoning, but sometimes Canley will upload a file uh, that I guess they backdate. I guess it was assigned a certain FC number, and so they backdate it. So, but it doesn't show up until the weeks, if not months later. So I actually go back and try to grab like a file that just suddenly appear. Anyways, I think right now I've got about 17,000 pages of PDFs in total. They're unstructured, meaning that it's basically what you would get if you were to print that particular case to a PDF. So yeah, I only include the files with regards to immigration, Minister Citizenship and Immigration, and Public Safety. But I leave out everything else, including court orders. So, anyways, I've just refreshed the model, and I realize I'm trying to make better and better prompts. So I came across something, and I realized the custom GPT that I have it isn't quite fast enough. And I guess there's an internal timeout or whatever reason. So I realized there's situations where I have to do versus one shot prompt. Uh, I've broken it down to a two-shot prompt, and it's a bit of a hack, but until the underlying model I'm using improves, or up until maybe perhaps I release my own custom with code GPT, that the results will be better. Um, the chat GPT that I'm using, I'll show you. I upload the files manually as so these PDFs have like literally thousands of pages inside them. Okay, and that's what I've done. So again, I mentioned this before, but I'll just state it again. I've left out a few sample prompts here, and with the federal court prompt, I always make sure. Well, for both of these actually, I always make sure that it reflects the very last file that I uploaded. So, for example, since it's the first week of July, this is the latest file in the federal court directory uh, with regards to immigration. And I also try to upload the various IRB rulings. So you'll see this number here. For whatever reason, I'm not sure, that database has not been updated since the middle of May. So yeah, that's the reasoning for these two prompts. And then I left a third prompt just to give you an idea of what other formatting or what other filtering that would be available to you. Okay, so I'll get started with today's demo. So what I've done is I'll show you a saved query that I've got in Canley, and I've got a particular interest coming up. Uh, I want Canley to return the refugee cases with the words refugee Pakistan and also sexual orientation, and limited to the federal court. I believe I should get about 6. and oh, and it's already pre-filtered with the newest cases available. So this is the latest one, 797. I scroll down, 461, so on and so on. I think I should be able to get above five. I can't. I might have this one because yeah, I went back to the early parts of 2023 for my GPT. So I should have maybe 6 or 7 cases for my custom GPT. Okay, so I go in here, and this is the prompt that I will type in. So I'll go in here and I'll just click it, and I'll actually stop it, and I'll actually modify this prompt for and I'll say in a table I'll put the link analysis inclusion and verdict for all residential application cases from the knowledge files, and I'm going to change this to say the following. I'm going to say refugee involving and sexual orientation. And I'm going to click send. So it takes a while, and it'll start spitting out some data. So I've actually have to do this a few times now, and it's simply not returning the same list I would expect. Um, and I'm using Canlii as, I guess the gold standard per se. So it seems to be only generating 2. Actually, now 3. Oh, okay, that's pretty interesting. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare the 2 lists, and I'm going to tell ChatGPT to add the cases that I don't see compared from this list to this list here. So I see that I'm missing 797, 461, and this I can't recall if I should have this one or not, 1332. ChatGPT did actually pick up number 4, number FC 153, and 197. So that's actually it's not perfect, obviously, but I'm glad it was able to find similar text. So what I'm going to do is add the following. So here's my prompt. So basically, my first prompt didn't quite return all the results I'm hoping for. So I'm saying append these cases to the table above. So there's 797, there's 461 that I asked for, and the last one is 1332. So again, there does seem to be a timeout issue, and it leads to the other thing that sometimes with these language models, you'll have to break down your prompt, and you have to be aware of what's out there. Um, the first prompt that I used, it didn't generate a complete list. So far in my experience, I've rarely been able to get like a complete list of anything. Like for example, in a table, I'll put the following. I've rarely been able to do that. So I think as a best practice, if you again build your own language model, you'll probably want to create like a customized query in Canlii and then compare the two. So you'll get the best of both worlds. You get a complete more of a complete list from Canley, and then you'll get the benefit of generative language by then going back and just having to break down the prompt into multiple prompts. So then you can get a complete list, and then from this you can start your analysis a little more thoroughly. Okay, so yeah, thank you very much for your time. And again, I'm sharing this tool uh, basically so others can speed up their analysis faster. Again, I'm making available the data files that I'm using. So if you do decide to create your own custom GPT, you just take those data files, upload it into your own, and you should get similar results as I have. Uh, as a matter of fact, I would love to uh, get some others to create their own, but with a different date criteria because I'm using 2024 and the first half of 2023. I suspect I'll be running out of space fairly soon because I'm not using a coded solution, obviously. That's something I'm working towards. So if somebody were to have the time and actually build a similar model, but for example, say 2022, 2021, so on, I would that would be a great tool for me to use as well because then we can combine my model and then somebody else's model and then create one, I guess, one complete list of cases for analysis. So, anyways, thank you for your time. I hope what I've done is fairly clear. But if you have any questions, just feel free to reach out to me. Again, this video series is meant for other immigration practitioners in general. Obviously, not should not be construed as legal advice in any way. But I do find that using this tool, it does speed up my analysis time a fair amount because now I've got like a list that I can append to. I've got some summary text, and yeah, it does speed up the analysis process quite a bit. So, anyways, I think I've got enough time to do one of these videos once a week, and that's about how often I'm refreshing the model with the latest data files too. So I hope everybody had a great Canada Day long weekend. It's the weekend after. It's Vancouver. It's sunny, and I'm off to do something else now. Thank you very much, and I'll see you all soon.